Hello, it's me again, and today we are going on a walk. Look at this. Big rock face on one side, more rocks and trees and stuff on the other side. This is an old road. It doesn't look like a road, it looks more like a stream bed for right now. But it's a very, very old road. So old that the only traffic that ever went on it was horses and people on foot. Now, this is a very cool road because it goes right through a mountain. And since it was ancient times that they used this, people didn't make this road. It was a natural split in the mountain. See, there's huge rocks on one side and more huge rocks on the other side. The olden days people found this trail by following animals who'd found it before them. So just look at that little trail. It looks really clear right now. Kind of nice. The ground is very hard to walk on because it's kind of bumpy and stuff. Anyways, updates. Ooh. I have purchased a membership with this trail association thing, which basically means I'm allowed to use a hutta, or all the huttas, across Norway. And a hutta is like this tiny cabin in the middle of nowhere, usually on the side of mountains and stuff, and it's along these trails. Because in all of Norway, there is only, I think, 3 or 4, maybe 5 roads that cross from east to west. And that is the direction I'm walking. That's roads for vehicles. So, in an entire country, there's not that many because it's all mountain ridges and they have to go through mountain passes. Anyways, the good news is there are a lot of trails all through this place, all across the country, and a lot from east to west, going over the mountains, over all the ridges of the mountains. So, that's what I'm going to do. The person at the Trail Association was kind enough that they actually they found all the maps I'd need to get from where I am now to the other side of Norway, to the coast. And they even marked the most convenient paths on them, because these maps are trail maps. Ooh, I stepped on a frog. Oops. I hope he's okay. Anyways, they're trail maps. And they show all the trails across. And he marked what trails would be convenient, and these maps also have all the huttas on them. So, he marked convenient trails. Most of them are only 5-6 hour trails between huttas, which is really cool. At one point then I'm probably going to have to camp out a couple times between 2 huttas because it's rather long. Ooh, here's a really nice place coming up. And yeah, okay, look at this. I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but I'm at the top. And there's big rocks on one side and a wall on the other side. Tiny little path, all naturally formed by animals and by nature splitting the mountain in half. Look at that. All the way down. Pretty cool, huh? Yep, so those huttas are going to be very helpful in my walk, meaning I won't have to rough it as much across Norway, at least. Oh, that's just beautiful. It's probably more beautiful in real life than it is on film, but hey, what can you do? Anyways, yep, those huttas are going to be useful. My trail is pretty much planned out. I just have a couple things I need to look into, like I'm thinking of buying my ticket for the ferry from the west side of Norway over to Scotland in advance, because that is the common sense thing to do. Ooh, big green rocks and stuff. Very mossy. And yeah, that's pretty much the only big thing I have to book in advance. The nice hutas you have to book in advance, but all the ones I'm going to are just the ones that you just walk in, and there's food and stuff in hutas too, which is really cool. There's food, there's water nearby at least, so they usually put them near a running stream. And what you do is any food you eat, there's a little list on the wall, and it tells you how much that food is. So then you put a little bit of money there. And the polite thing to do is also put a little bit of extra money on top of whatever food you eat, just for keeping the hutas in repair and whatnot. So I'll obviously do that because it's the polite thing to do. And you might ask why I'm out in the forest. Some people probably just say, oh, he's just practicing walking in the wilderness. And I am. But big thing is I'm going to practice setting up a tent. Like a place that I can sleep without bugs and without rain getting in. Oh, I think I saw a roe deer. It's funny because they call them roe deer. It's pretty much the same as our white-tailed deer, except without the white tail. It's just basically a deer. But they call them roe deer, and my mom calls them road deer because they get hit by cars sometimes. And another funny thing is, if you go somewhere and you say you want moose, well, in Norwegian, a moose is a mouse. So if you ask for moose meat, they're gonna laugh in your face. In Norway, a moose is an elg, E-L-G, elg. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Big rock hanging over a huge drop. If there was a nice place I could set my camera down and show you some scale for things, because right now it all looks just ethereal, or whatever that word is, ethereal. So it's just like otherworldly, and there's no size comparison. Like that rock, it looks pretty tiny to you. Anyone who knows how big my feet are, they could see that it's not that small, because I have size 13 shoes. And like that big cliff up there, it just looks on camera like a little climb, but in reality it's really steep. Alright, under the trees. Oh, look at this big horizontal footpath. Yeah. Not horizontal, slanted. Wow, my words are getting mixed up today. Look. Power lines just running through the middle of wilderness. And those are probably the power lines that go to Rundhaug. That's where my mom lives. It turns out every farm, every building that's not in a big city has a name. So every plot of land has a name. Her plot of land is called Rundhaug. And the place I'm going now is oh crap, I forget. Never mind. But yeah. So, we're getting close to the 10-minute mark. And hopefully this one won't turn out like my last one, which went to 10:02, which was stupid because it took me long to do my sign out thing and the button wouldn't press properly from behind. So yeah, I will find a good place to stop. Oh, there's a log I could have set my camera on. Anyways, that's it. That's all.